Consciousness itself is the source of everything. In reality, only the ultimate is. The rest is a matter of name and form. What is real is nameless and formless, pure energy of life and light of consciousness. The world and the mind are states of being. The Supreme is not a state. It pervades all states, but it is not a state of something else. It is entirely uncaused, independent, complete in itself, beyond time and space, mind and matter. It leaves no traces. There is nothing to recognize it by. It must be seen directly by giving up all search for signs and approaches. Plurality and diversity are the play of the mind only. Reality is one. It is deep and dark, mystery beyond mystery. All states and conditions are of the mind. Not making use of one's consciousness is samadhi. You just leave your mind alone. You want nothing, neither from your body nor from your mind. Everything is uncaused. The world has no cause. I see only consciousness, and know everything to be but consciousness, as you know the picture on the cinema screen to be but light. The light does not move at all. What moves is the film, which is the mind. Everything is interlinked, and therefore everything has numberless causes. The entire universe contributes to the least thing. A thing is as it is because the world is as it is. You see, you deal in gold ornaments, and I in gold. All is only gold. Why worry so much about causation? What do causes matter when things themselves are transient? Let come what comes, and let go what goes. Why catch hold of things and inquire about their causes? There is only light, and the light is all. Everything else is but a picture made of light. The picture is in the light, and the light is in the picture. Life and death, self and non-self. Abandon all these ideas. They are of no use to you. When the mind is still, absolutely silent, the waking state is no more. A world of which you are the only source and ground is fully within your power to change. What is created can always be dissolved and recreated. All will happen as you want it, provided you really want it. All is due to your having forgotten your own being. Having given reality to the picture on the screen, you love its people and suffer for them and seek to save them. It is just not so. You must begin with yourself. There is no other way. Work, of course. There is no harm in working. To take appearance for reality is a grievous sin and the cause of all calamities. You are the all-pervading, eternal, and infinitely creative awareness consciousness. You pray to save one while thousands die, and if all stop dying, there will be no space on earth. All is God's doing, no doubt. What is it to me, since I want nothing? What can God give me or take away from me? What is mine, and was mine even when God was not. Of course, it is a very tiny little thing, a speck, the sense I am, the fact of being. This is my own place. Nobody gave it to me. The earth is mine. What grows on it is God's. I am is the root. God is the tree. Whom am I to worship, and what for? Am I the devotee or the object of devotion? I am neither. I am devotion itself. You got into the world by forgetting what you are, and you will get out of it by knowing yourself as you are. When you are free of the world, you can do something about it. As long as you are a prisoner of it, you are helpless to change it. On the contrary, whatever you do will aggravate the situation. Righteousness will undoubtedly make you and your world a comfortable, even happy place. But what is the use? There is no reality in it. It cannot last. A man willing to die for truth will get it. The Jnani is the supreme and also the witness. He is both being and awareness. In relation to consciousness, he is awareness. In relation to the universe, he is pure being. The person is a very small thing. Actually, it is a composite. It cannot be said to exist by itself. Unperceived, it is just not there. It is but the shadow of the mind, the sum total of memories. The Supreme is the Sun. It is the life which contains both consciousness and unconsciousness, and is beyond both. In reality, there is only consciousness. All life is conscious, all consciousness alive. You would be wiser to deny the existence of what you imagine. It is the imagined that is unreal. The unexpected and the unpredictable are real. One is always free. You are both conscious and free to be conscious. Nobody can take this away from you. Do you ever know yourself non-existing or unconscious? There is no how here. Just keep in mind the feeling I am. Merge in it till your mind and feeling become one. By repeated attempts, you will stumble on the right balance of attention and affection, and your mind will be firmly established in the thought feeling I am. Correct your attitude to your body and leave it alone. Don't pamper, don't torture. Just keep it going, most of the time below the threshold of conscious attention. The state of craving for anything blocks all deeper experience. Nothing of value can happen to a mind which knows exactly what it wants, for nothing the mind can visualize and want is of much value. Want the best, the highest happiness, the greatest freedom. Desirelessness is the highest bliss. Your aims are small and low. They do not call for more. Only God's energy is infinite, because He wants nothing for Himself. Be like Him, and all your desires will be fulfilled. The higher your aims and vaster your desires, the more energy you will have for their fulfillment. Desire the good of all, and the universe will work with you. What shall I find beyond the mind? The direct experience of being, knowing, and loving. I trusted my guru. I did what he told me to do. He told me to concentrate on I am, and I did. He told me that I am beyond all perceivables and conceivables. I believed. I gave my heart and soul, my entire attention, and the whole of my spare time. As a result of faith and earnest application, I realized myself within 3 years. Establish yourself firmly in the awareness of I am. This is the beginning and also the end of all endeavor. Awareness is my nature. Ultimately, I am beyond being and non-being. Meditation will help you to find your bonds, loosen them, untie them, and cast your moorings. When you are no longer attached to anything, you have done your share. The rest will be done for you. By the same power that brought you so far, that prompted your heart to desire truth and your mind to seek it. It is the same power that keeps you alive. You may call it life or the Absolute Supreme. To realize the eternal is to become the eternal, the whole, the universe, with all it contains. Every event is the effect and the expression of the whole, and is in fundamental harmony with the whole. All response from the whole must be right, effortless, and instantaneous. To be a person, you must be self-conscious. Are you so always? Not when I sleep. During your waking hours, are you continually self-conscious? No. Are you a person during the gaps in self-consciousness? So, to be a person, you need memory. And without memory, what are you? Surely you can exist without memory. Can you tell me what you are in the intervals in between experiencing yourself as a person? Shall we call it impersonal existence? Do you remember every second of yesterday? Of course not. Were you then unconscious? Of course not. So you are conscious, and yet you do not remember. Yes. Maybe you were conscious in sleep, and just do not remember. Even a dream has existence. When it is cognized and enjoyed or endured, whatever you think and feel has being. But it may not be what you take it to be. What you think to be a person may be something quite different. Your ideas about yourself change from day to day and from moment to moment. Your self-image is the most changeful thing you have. It is utterly vulnerable, at the mercy of a passerby, a bereavement, the loss of a job, an insult, and your image of yourself, which you call your person, changes deeply. To know what you are, you must first investigate and know what you are not. The clearer you understand that on the level of the mind you can be described in negative terms only, the quicker you will come to the end of your search and realize your limitless being. Consciousness. Consciousness itself is the greatest painter. The entire world is a picture. The painter is in the picture. I see a painter painting a picture. The picture I call the world. The painter I call God. I am neither. I do not create, nor am I created. I contain all. Nothing contains me. As you learn to watch your mental world, you will find it even more colorful and perfect than what the body can provide. Remember that language is an instrument of the mind. It is made by the mind, for the mind. It is like entering a dark room. You see nothing. You may touch, but you do not see. No colors, no outlines. The windows open, and the room is flooded with light. Colors and shapes come into being. The window is the giver of light, but not the source of it. The sun is the source. Similarly, matter is like the dark room. Consciousness, the window, flooding matter with sensations and perceptions. And the Supreme is the sun, the source both of matter and of light. The window may be closed or open. The sun shines all the time. It makes all the difference to the room, but none to the sun. Yet all this is secondary to the tiny little thing which is the I am. Without the I am, there is nothing. All knowledge is about the I am. False ideas about this I am lead to bondage. Right knowledge leads to freedom and happiness. To exist means to be something, a thing, a feeling, a thought, an idea. All existence is particular. Only being is universal, in the sense that every being is compatible with every other being. Existences clash. Being, never. Existence means becoming, change, birth and death and birth again, while in being there is silent peace. If I create the world, why have I made it so bad? Everyone lives in his own world. Not all the worlds are equally good or bad. What determines the difference? The mind that projects the world colors it its own way. When you meet a man, he is a stranger. When you marry him, he becomes your own self. When you quarrel, he becomes your enemy. It is your mind's attitude that determines what he is to you. Reality lies in objectivity. Everything is subjective, but the real is objective. It does not depend on memories and expectations, desires and fears, likes and dislikes. All is seen as it is. The person is never the subject. You can see a person, but you are not the person. You are always the Supreme, which appears at a given point of time and space as the witness, a bridge between the pure awareness of the Supreme and the manifold consciousness of the person. Once you realize that whatever appears before you cannot be yourself and cannot say I am, you are free of all your persons and their demands. The sense I am is your own. You cannot part with it, but you can impart it to anything, as in saying, I am young, I am rich, and so on. But such self-identifications are patently false and the cause of bondage. To know the source is to be the source. When you realize that you are not the person, but the pure and calm witness, and that fearless awareness is your very being, you are the being. It is the source, the inexhaustible possibility. The Supreme makes everything possible. That is all. Everything is its own cause. Consciousness contains all. In consciousness, all is possible. The root cause is one, the sense I am. The Supreme is the easiest to reach, for it is your very being. It is enough to stop thinking and desiring anything but the Supreme. The world is full of desires. Everybody wants something or other. Who is the desirer, the person or the self? The self. All desires, holy and unholy, come from the self. They all hang on the sense, I am. All desires aim at happiness.